Dave here for Gaming with Swag. Today we're going to review the Star Trek Attack Wing Mirror Universe Kelvin Timeline Faction Pack. With this set comes 2 Enterprise Constitution class ships from the Kelvin Timeline Star Trek movies, including the USS Enterprise and USS Enterprise A. And then it comes with 2 Klingon starships from the Star Trek Discovery TV show. The standard Federation Starship Constitution class Kelvin has 4 attack dice, 1 defensive dice, 6 hull, and 3 shields for an SP cost of 24. The upgraded version for the Enterprise just adds 1 extra shield to that for SP cost of 28. For the end phase, you can flip a specialization card equipped to this ship and target 1 face-up damage card beside this ship. Flip that target damage card face down. So that would help you get rid of a critical by flipping one of your specialization cards. A specialization card is new to this set as far as I know, where they are 2-sided cards featuring a flip symbol. The card contains rules that pertain to specializations. During setup, you choose your card started on top, and I will just give an example by grabbing Hikaru Sulu out of the deck, and they have this little flip logo here right in the corner. So while you're playing, even though this is Captain Sulu, and you are still limited by having 1 captain or 1 admiral on a ship, you would flip the card and use the abilities on this side of the card. And the SP cost is the same on both sides of the card. Next, we have the Constitution class Enterprise A. Same as the regular one. 4164, 28 cost. For this action though, if this ship has 1 or more destroyed shields, flip 1 specialization card equipped to this ship and repair 1 shield on this ship. That could be extremely handy for lower battles where you're only rolling 3 or 4 attack dice against each other, where if you lose 1 or 2 shields per turn, you can recover shields. The Enterprise is extremely mobile. With a 6 straight ahead, it does cost you an auxiliary token, but 4, 5, and a 6 straight ahead. Also has a 2 reverse, and green maneuvers for straight forward 1 and 2, and left and right turns. The 6 straight ahead, even though it costs you an auxiliary, could be very helpful for getting out of firing range for somebody or completing an objective very quickly. Considering that there is a Pavel Chekov card in the deck that lets you remove an auxiliary token, which means that you'd be able to move, theoretically, 12 straight within 2 turns for very little hindrance. We will start off with Admiral Christopher Pike. You can add 1 officer to the ship's upgrade bar. For a fleet action, you can flip up to 2 specialization cards equipped to this ship. So if you have 2 cards that happen to be turned for other options, you can do an extra one. That's also a fleet action, and it's the same thing for even just regular Captain Christopher Pike, which is at 8 captain skill level and a 5 SP. So you can flip up to 2 specialization cards equipped to the ship. We will go with Captain James T. Kirk. You can disable this card during the activation phase by removing 1 time token from all crew upgrades equipped to this ship. Or regular James T. Kirk, you can place 3 time tokens on this card, increase the captain's skill equipped to the ship by 2, and perform a battle stations action as a free action. This I like. I always love free actions, especially if you can add battle stations that help you out for attack and defense. Now we're going to look at pairing that with a Captain Spock card. I would make Spock my captain and put James T. Kirk on my ship. So when attacking, this ship may add 1 battle station. If there is a scan token beside this ship may add an attack, or I should say a hit instead. A guaranteed hit is always extremely nice. And then if you can add a battle station, and Kirk would let you add a battle station. You could use one for attack and on defense, plus then a free hit, and you could put a scan as your action on your ship. So theoretically, if I'm reading this right, every 3 turns, you could end up with 2 battle stations and a scan token, plus a guaranteed hit on an enemy ship. And feel free to correct me in the comments if I am wrong. This is Captain Hikaru Sulu. Perform a 1 left or right maneuver and place in a free auxiliary token on that ship. That's the captain skill of 5 and a 3 SP cost. With Sulu being just an officer on your ship, when this ship would suffer damage from an obstacle or a mine token, place 3 time tokens on this card and roll 3 defensive dice. For each evade, cancel, a hit, or a critical. We usually don't play with minefields. They're not very good, and we usually don't have too many heavy obstacles when we're playing. But if you are the people that like to throw a whole bunch of asteroids or planets on the thing where you might hit something, feel free to use it. I really don't see a use for Sulu. I would rather use him, well, even for a captain, I'd rather take a Spock instead of a Hikaru Sulu. We have Montgomery Spock. So for the planning phase, place 3 time tokens on this card, repair 1 hull on the ship, and flip this card. Fantastic, you get a free hull repair. When you flip the card, even though you have to wait 3 turns, for the planning phase, you can place 3 tokens on him again, and you can repair a shield on this ship and flip this card over. So if you're taking light damage, each time you can use Scotty. If you're on the right side, you can replace a shield, or you can repair a hull, which could come in handy, considering that the Enterprise does have 6 hull. We have the Uhura card. When this card is flipped face up, or after the ship suffers critical damage, discard all face-up communications failure damage cards beside this ship's ship card. I don't see this being an advantage at all. Usually communication failures are minor for critical hits. At a range of 1 or 2, place 3 time tokens on this card and target this ship or a friendly ship at range 1 to 2. Increase the range of all upgrades equipped to that target ship by 1 this game round. Max range of 3. Unless you have a specific weapon that you really like that's only at a range of 1 to 2, you could extend the range, but I haven't found anything in these sets of cards that make it worth using so far. And next we have Leonard Mccoy. When the captain equipped to the ship would be disabled, place 3 time tokens on that card instead. When a captain equipped to the ship would be discarded, place 2 time tokens on this card and on the captain that would be discarded instead. Otherwise, you can use Leonard Mccoy as a setup. Place officer upgrade with the printed cost of 4 SP or less face down beneath this card. Flip the upgrade beneath this card face up when equip it to the ship, even if it's safe. So you can get one extra SP because McCoy only costs you 3, so you could hide a 4 SP underneath this. I really wouldn't. Usually 1 SP isn't a huge deal when I'm building my ships. Next we have Pavel Chekov. This card I do like if you plan on having to run or go towards objectives. Place 3 time tokens on this card, remove an auxiliary token beside this ship. So if you move 6, got an auxiliary token, you could use Pavel Chekov. You have to use them in 3 rounds, but you could remove that and move another 6 and get out of either harm quickly or close the distance on a target very quickly. At a range of 1 to 2 during the combat phase, place 3 time tokens on this card and target an opposing ship. Remove a scan token beside the targeting ship. That would be very nice, considering that you would pair that with a Captain Spock, where you already guaranteed a hit. So removing somebody's scan token to let them roll would be nice. And I think I got that wrong. Full spread phasers. When attacking with this ship's primary weapon, This ship rolls 1 extra attack dice, or this ship may perform an additional attack with its primary weapon from its secondary firing arc, losing 1 attack die. The Enterprise has 180 firing out the front, and then 90 degrees out the rear out the photon torpedo bay. So, theoretically, if you got someone in front of you and someone behind you, you get to roll the extra attack dice in the front, and then you just lose 1 in the back. I would take the 2 attacks. If you get an option, I would take the 2 attacks and usually attack 2 ships would be nice, unless you get someone that's close to death, coupled with the Spock instant hit that you get a guaranteed hit. Could be really nice. Another weapons upgrade, advanced long-range torpedoes. The attack value of this weapon, I'm just going to move my camera here. There we go. The attack value of this weapon is a ship's primary weapon plus 1, which would put it at 5 at a range of 2 to 3. Spend the ship's target lock token, which makes sure that you place a target lock on the ship before you fire these. Place 2 time tokens on this card and target an opposing ship. If this attack hits, every other ship within range 1 of the defending ship suffers 1 hit. And that sounds like that's a guaranteed, so you do not have to worry about them rolling any maneuvers or defending it. It would work really well against a cluster of ships where you got 2 or 3 people heading towards an objective, or they're at a choke point trying to get around a planet or through some asteroids. I would definitely put long-range torpedoes on ships. Next, we have a portable transwarp beaming device at a range of 1 to 3 for a target ship. When a crew upgrade equipped to the ship would be discarded, discard this card and target a friendly ship. Instead, place 1 time token on the officer upgrade, the crew upgrade, that would be discarded, and equip it to the target ship, even if it exceeds the ship's restrictions. For only 2 SP cost, if you have a good character that you don't want to discard that you can just beam over to another ship, I would highly recommend taking this, especially since it only costs 2, and you can usually save a 4 SP or captain or officer. Crew member. And then lastly, we have the integrated future technology. You can, during setup, place 1 upgrade with the printed cost of 4 SP or less face down underneath this card. At the planning phase, discard this card, flip the upgrade beneath this card face up, and equip it to the ship even if it exceeds the ship's restrictions. You don't pay faction penalties for Romulan weapons or upgrades, and it looks like Bajoran weapons or upgrades. And that is going to cover the Federation ships and cards out of this pack. Next, we will do the Klingons for part 2. Again, this is Dave with Gaming with Swag, and thank you for listening.